Hey there, my sweet little magnolias. How are y'all doing tonight? You know, I keep trying to do these lessons during the day, and I am so busy. I never get around to it until it's already dark, and it doesn't help that it's winter and it gets dark very early. And I looked at the clock and I went, oh shoot, I haven't done the lesson for today, and it's 8:45 p.m. So here I am. I'm still having a few issues with the dysarthria and the dysphagia. And in the mornings, it doesn't bother me, but the more I go through the day, and I guess the tireder I get, the worse it gets. Anyway, universe is taking care of me. It's all good. Okay, we are going through another lesson from my book, The 12 Gates of Healing. It's on Amazon. It's, I think, $14.88 in this paperback format. It's an 8.5 by 11 workbook size. And Kindle is less than $10. And I tried to do the hardcover edition work today, but I didn't get to it. I've been updating the website for our store. Anyway, all that aside, if for some reason you cannot afford to get this book and you really need it so that you can begin your healing journey, send me an email. My email address is right down there with your name and address, and I will mail you a free copy ASAP. Promise. So let me know, because I don't want financial burdens to be a barrier between you and the healing that you need. All right, we are on gate 3. And this one is importante. It's the decision gate. The first key is you cannot continue the journey until you decide to. It's totally your decision. It's totally up to you. If you want to bow out now, no one, not even me, especially not me, will judge you, because this is hard work. It isn't an easy path to walk, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. However, if you make the decision to continue, you can be assured that even though it's difficult, you will be forever glad you made that choice. I know I am. You have free will. So do what you want, because that's one of the greatest things about being human, is we have choices. But it's also one of the worst things, because we can choose to be horrible people. And a lot of people in our world, not going to name anybody, but y'all all know, a lot of people in our world choose not to be decent humans. With free will, we can do whatever we choose to do, but so can everyone else. And that's where the problem lies. If everyone would just do it your way, it would be so much better, right? Well, that's never going to happen. You can control your inner self and make it bend to your will. In other words, you can help the inner child, that little person inside of you, heal. You have control over that. If everything inside of you is screaming for you to stop, you can tell that voice to shut up. Don't do this. You'll be sorry. This is too hard. Stop now before you regret it. But you want to keep going because you want to find out just how glorious your life can be. Then tell that little scared voice to shut up. The reason why your inner self might resist this process is change is very uncomfortable. and you've grown accustomed to living in chaos and with unpredictability as your norm. And your inner being is resistant to that alteration of the typical way of dealing with life. That's very normal. But when you make the decision to walk away from all of the madness that has been in your life up until now, everything within you rebels, but you can make it bend to your will. You might even get physically sick. I did. Not, of course, with this stuff, but I had stomach issues, headaches. But I am so thankful, believe me. I am so thankful to my former self for making the decision to continue. It was the smartest thing I ever did. The best thing I ever did for me. And if I had to do it all over again, I would still choose this path. There were a lot of tears shed. There was a lot of anger. A lot of anger. A lot of me wanted to get revenge. And that's all gone. The anger's gone. The sadness is gone. The desire for revenge left. Yeah. Because I began to understand that that wasn't my job. That's the job of karma, the universe. And I also began to understand that the people who hurt me were just as wounded and broken. Or they wouldn't have been abusers. Abusers have been abused. So, if you make the decision to continue this journey, know that it's going to be difficult, but also know that it is worth the effort. Always. Always worth the effort. The first exercise that we're going to go through is called the decision. So this is the point where you need to make a decision throughout this gate, because the whole gate is about deciding. And as usual, I'm going to go through the steps in the exercise with you, but we will not actually be doing them together because you're wherever you are and I'm wherever I am, and we cannot converse back and forth. But I do want to go over the steps together. So get a notebook and pen so you can take notes that will help you as you go through it on your own. Okay, so if you don't have that with you, pause the video right now and go get it. And then come back and we will begin the first exercise for the decision gate, which is gate 3. Okay, this exercise is very short. There's only 2 things you need to do, but it's very important. So just like every exercise, you'll need your journal and a pen. You probably need a box of Kleenex. Be prepared to spend some time and find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. First thing you're going to do is connect with your spirit team and ground yourself. If you don't know how to do that, there is an index at the back of the book that describes exactly how to do that. And if you still can't get it, send me an email and I'll help you. And then you want to take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, to kind of calm yourself and ease any tension or anxiety you might be feeling. And then you're going to make a list of all the reasons why you want to continue on this healing journey. It can be any reason, because you want to be a better parent, you want to be a better friend, a partner, because you're tired of feeling the way you're feeling, you're tired of always being anxious, living in chaos, whatever. You want to give up your addictions, whatever it might be, whatever you can think of, and think about it for a while. This may take you a little bit of time. And then the next thing you do is you make a list of all the reasons why you want to stop this journey. It's scary. It's hard. It's painful. It's time-consuming. Yeah. And then once you're finished with those two lists, look at them both side by side. It's like a pros and cons list. And then that's when you make your choice. Do I want to go forward with this, or do I want to stop? It's really that simple. Really is that simple. Do I want a better life for myself, for my family? Do I want my dreams to be fulfilled? Do I want to be a better version of me? Do I want to quit hurting? That was the big one for me. It still chokes me up. Do I want to stop the pain? Because even though I had a smile on my face, I was in constant mental, emotional, spiritual pain. I never let anybody see it. It came out unexpectedly at random times when I was triggered. But I so tried to hide it. I wanted everybody to think I had the best life. And you know, I learned that from my abusers. Never let anybody see what's going on behind closed doors. Always wear the mask. Always play the part. Always act properly, like everything is wonderful. And I was pretty good at it. But underneath that mask, I was tattered and torn and shattered and broken. And I was in so much pain. I cried in the shower every time. Not kidding. Every time. Sobbed. It's the only place I could find that my children or my husband wouldn't hear me. I'd go in the bathroom, I'd lock the door, I'd turn on music, and I'd take a shower. And I'd cry. Does this sound like you? Are you tired of being broken? Are you tired of being in pain? Are you tired of everything going to shit every time you try? Because if you are, then your decision should be to continue. But like I said, it's your choice, and nobody's going to judge you for it. I'm just going to encourage you. Because even though I don't know you, most of you, some of you I do know, but I don't know most of you, and I may not ever meet you. I may not ever have a conversation with you. But I love you, and I care about you. Why? Because you are a human, and you are a broken one. And that was me one time, for a long time. And I know how isolating and lonely and frightening it is to be in that place. So I want for all of the people in the world to heal. The world will be a much better place. Because when we heal, then just by living our lives as healed and whole, We are a shining light to the rest of the world. And one day someone will come and ask you, how did you overcome? How are you so happy? Why are you always so at peace? And then you can tell them. Yeah. Anyway, I kind of went off on a little trail. At the end of this exercise, just like every exercise we do, you want to clear your energy. Burn sage, burn Palo Santo, burn incense, get a selenite crystal and just put it all around you. Clear your energy. Why do we do that? You don't want to take whatever emotions that you're feeling during this private time to bed with you, if that's what you do after these exercises, or to interact with anyone else, because this, number one, is your private experience between you and the universe. And number two, it can dredge up a lot of things and a lot of feelings. So you want to clear your energy before you go out and interact with others or go to sleep, because you don't want to carry anything negative with you. Okay? Tomorrow we will take up again at this decision gate with the second key, which is don't tell other people about your journey just yet. It's important to keep things close to the vest for now, because a lot of people aren't going to like that you're changing, especially the unhealthy connections you have. They're going to try to talk you out of it. Misery loves company, baby. So we'll cover that gate and exercise tomorrow, and that will be the end of this decision gate. We only have 2 exercises in this gate. And then we'll do check-in and a toolkit. So all of that will be coming tomorrow. Now, tomorrow it's going to be late again because I have appointments in the morning, and then in the afternoon I have to drive to Austin to the airport and pick up my son, Maddie. I'm so excited that he's coming home. All right, y'all have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Remember, I love you. And email me if you need things clarified or questions answered, or a free copy of the book. Love y'all. Peace. See you next time.